All right. Hi everyone, Coach Abs here, and in this live session natin ay pag-uusapan natin how to download, install, and configure MySQL Community Server and MySQL Workbench. I know some of you that getting a problem no kung paano integrate yung ating MySQL into Power BI. And some of you also struggle kung paano yung ating install yung MySQL natin doon sa ating laptop or sa desktop natin. Okay? And before I connect, before we continue, let me ask you, okay, sino dito yung wala pang MySQL server sa kanyang computer or laptop? Okay, let me know in the comment section so that makita natin. Okay? Comment I think 0 if you don't have. Okay? And comment 1 if you have already. Okay? Yan. Pero sa mga nag-take ng MySQL course natin, I think that everybody is have that already. Okay? So yung iba wala pa talaga. So this course is for you, and in this session, I'm gonna teach you exactly the way it is kung paano natin i-install, okay? I-configure yung MySQL error-free. Okay? But take note, okay? Ang magiging demonstration ngayon is depende sa kung anong i-response ng computer natin. Okay, wala talagang exact step by step kasi depende yan kung ano yung ibinibigay ng prompt natin. So magre-react tayo depende doon sa sinasabi ng machine natin. Okay? And kaya nga sabi natin, if you find something difficult or nagkaroon ng error during the installation in configuration, okay, ang gagawin natin is that I'm gonna pick in our live audience, then i-configure natin sa machine nila. I-share lang naman. Okay, with that said, ano ba yung coverage natin dito? Okay, ang coverage natin dito with the MySQL installation and configuration guide is number 1 is we have to download the MySQL community server. That's the first thing that we need to do. So after we download that, we will install that into our machine. So dalawa usually ang install natin dito. MySQL Community Server and MySQL Workbench. Anong pinagkaiba ng dalawa na to? Yung community server natin or yung sabihin natin na MySQL server natin, ito yung magsisilbing pinaka-storage natin. Okay? Diyan natin i-configure yung mga bagay-bagay regarding sa MySQL. Kumbaga, diyan nakasave yung mga data natin. And how about yung MySQL Workbench naman natin? Okay? Yung MySQL Workbench natin, ito yung magsisilbing pinaka-interface natin so that we could have a query, we could connect our we could import our the CSV or Excel file to our MySQL server, or pwede ka mag-create ng database dito. So in short, ito yung storage, ito yung server natin, ito yung pinaka-interface natin, yung workbench natin. All right? So next to that is we have to configure our MySQL community server, because if you do not configure it properly, something went wrong or something na hindi magandang mangyayari sa computer natin or sa machine natin. Okay? And next is we have to connect yung ating workbench papunta doon sa community server natin. Okay? Pag-uusapin natin dalawa. Kasi nga nasabi ko kanina that the workbench is our UI, our user interface. Then the community server, ito yung server or dyan natin isi-save yung mga data natin. And of course, kasama din sa lessons natin dito kung paano natin i-import yung file natin to MySQL server. Okay? So kaya natin ito ginagawa. For example, we have an already data set that it is in Microsoft Excel. Then we want to share it via online because the Microsoft Excel or CSV file is on-premise. Ibig sabihin, that is a local file. And kung gusto mo talagang magkaroon ng cloud storage, maybe you might consider not recreating the entire input, the entire process, but simply importing the CSV file to our MySQL server. So by using that, okay, your file now can be okay on cloud, okay, or naka-online na po siya. And yung pinakahuli natin, yung create database is something that i-demonstrate ko lang later on. Kasi sa course natin, we have already CSV file which is downloaded from the Kaggle, and iyon ang gagamitin natin with our end-to-end project natin. Okay? And of course, okay, wag na tayo magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Simulan na natin yung ating talakayan for this, no? So first thing first, we have to download the MySQL community server. So okay, gagawin natin yan with this. Okay, yan ang pinaka-first step natin here. Okay, download natin. So we could open our file here. Just open the new tab. And of course, puntahan natin yung MySQL deb, no? So visit here, deb.mysql.com and the downloads. Okay, dyan natin mahanap. So hopefully here, everything is gonna be okay. That is the password that we are using one. So you can download it here. Okay. And of course, sa mga nakasunod, okay, here in our chat, I'm gonna send to you here. Okay. And sa Facebook Live natin, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send to you also so that you have a copy of this. Okay, lumabas yung ba yung live natin? Yes, of course. Okay. Let us refresh that and just visit here and you're good to go. Okay? Where's that? I think that ito po yun. Okay? Just download it. Okay, visit natin to. And of course, hahanapin natin itong community server. Okay, there's a lot of file here, connectors, .NET, which is ginagamit natin for connection from MySQL to other programming language. For example, for the Python here, to the PHP, which is I used before. But we have to download this community server. Meron yan dito. Meron yung router, meron yung shell, operator, and pati yung workbench natin nandito. Okay, but we will download the community server because usually it cover most of these. Okay, so MySQL community server, I will click that. Okay, and there you go. So in this case, mapapansin natin, meron tayong iba't ibang option dito. We have Subversion currently, and to be honest, sa darating na panahon, magbabago to. No? If you are watching this one in the future, maybe something will be added here. But in this case, 9.4 innovation, we will not use that. Okay, yung LTS naman, this is the parang pinaka-patch niya and this is the working version natin. And we will select the most working version of the MySQL, which is yung 8.0.43. So we will use that. And of course here, as you can see, meron tayong dalawang file na pagpipilian. It's either here, the Windows x86 with zip file here, and this one is a zip file also. Okay, don't download this because zip file ang lang ito, no? Ang hahanapin natin dito yung installer na MSI. Since nalipasan na siya ng panahon, ang pipiliin natin is go to download page. Okay? And this will be redirect you to the proper downloaded, to the proper download page natin. So click natin to and there you go. Okay, so we have also a two option here, which is yung ating 32-bit, but this one is smaller file, 2.1 MB. And the other one is yung ating 32-bit na MSI installer. Now, you will get confused about this one. Coach Ab, this is 32-bit and my computer is 64-bit. So, paano natin malalaman na 64-bit yung computer natin? Let me open this one, for example, here. And if I'm going to right-click this PC and go for the properties, mapapansin natin dito, our operating system is 64-base. Okay? X64-base processor and operating system, 64-bit. Okay? But in our download here is only 32-bit. Okay? So, tama ba yan? Yes, of course, tama because this one will guide you to download both 32-bit and yung ating 64-bit. So don't worry about that. Just select this one. Either you are in 32-bit or 64-bit in your computer. If you download this one, later on the installation option, you will get automatic, no, kung anong operating system natin. Or maybe you could select which installer yung kukunin natin. So in this case, don't worry about, even though na magkaiba tayo dito ng operating system, just download straight accordingly and you are good to go. So in this case, I will download that. All right? And of course, you will tempted to log in or sign up. Don't worry about logging in or signing up to the MySQL. All you have to do here is to click no thanks, just start download. Kasi gusto lang naman natin mag-download ng installer na meron tayo. Okay, so here is the downloading here. Depende yan sa bilis o bagal ng machine natin. Okay, there you go. Okay, so just download it and you're good to go. Okay, so now downloading is completed. I do believe so. I will click that arrow down here. Then I will open the folder. Okay, so here is the installer that we have. Okay, the MySQL installer community, the 8.0.43.0. So ang gagawin ko lang dito is to right-click that file, that installer, and I could select the open. Okay, or you can double-click it, or you can select and press enter. Either way, pare-pareho lang yan. Open natin. Okay, so now, you have to click yes, of course, and magda-download na yung installer natin. Okay, yan. Installer here, please wait while Windows configure MySQL installer. Okay, and there's something, another one, the MySQL installer launch point exe. You have to click the yes button here. Then there you go. Ito na yung ating installer natin. Okay? So be very, very careful in this particular one kasi nakadepende yung magiging output natin or yung full installer natin depende sa action na gagawin natin. And of course, in this session, I will gonna guide you accordingly and I will gonna discuss most of these para aware tayo sa mga gagawin natin. So what will happen in this installer is you have to choose what kind of setup that you have. Okay? Yung dinownload natin ng installer na MSI, yun yung pinaka-starting point natin. Okay? The second option here is the download. Ito na yung actual na downloading ng kinakailangan natin na file is either client only or full natin or yung custom natin. Then after ma-download yan ng MySQL setup wizard natin, next to that is the installation. Install na yan. Then, completed. Okay? So isa-isay natin to. Pag pinili natin yung server only, meaning to say, ang ida-download natin dito is yung server lang. And if you remember with our introduction with our topic, we have to download both community server as our database, okay? And the MySQL as MySQL workbench natin as our UI. Okay? So yan yon. Server only. Okay? Pag kinuha naman natin yung client natin dito, it will gonna download the client, walang server. No, meron kang shell dito, merong router at saka yung workbench natin. Okay, sila lang yung ma-download natin. Kung baga, hindi mo ma-download yung ating community server, but you can only download yung ating yung workbench natin. So magandang option ito kapag you have already installed a MySQL server in our machine or in your machine. Okay? Yung full naman, lahat ng data na meron tayo o lahat yan, no? Server, shell, yung router natin, yung workbench natin, documentation, sample and examples ay kasama po talaga yon. Okay? But take note with this because if you select the full, it will require more disk space natin. Pero kung nagsisimula ka pa lang, I do believe that mas magandang piliin natin yung full so that lahat ng nandoon sa MySQL natin ay kasama lahat. Okay? So, recap lang tayo dito. Server only, ang ida-download lang natin dito ay yung MySQL Community Server. If you click the client only, meaning to say, most probably, ang pipiliin lang natin dito yung workbench at saka yung iba pang mga file na kinakailangan tulad ng shell, router. Silang tatlo ang ida-download natin. Kapag full, lahat ng nasa MySQL natin ay kasali. Okay? But we will select the custom so that pwede nating makita ano pa ba yung mga dapat nating i-download. Okay? Because choosing the full will gonna give you a wizard without downloading all capabilities ng MySQL natin. So pipili natin yung custom para mapili natin yung mga kinakailangan natin. So select the custom here. and click the next button. Okay, so with that, okay, ito silang lahat dito. We have the servers here, we have the applications, and we have the documentation. Isa-isay natin yan. If you click the plus sign here in a MySQL server, okay, and another the plus sign here, and the plus sign here, gaya ng sinabi natin kanina, okay, it will download automatically kung anong klaseng machine ang meron tayo. Since we have seen here about here the 64 base or 64-bit operating system, and during our downloading, we downloaded 32-bit, but during the actual installation or downloading, it will gonna give you the right one. Okay, so select natin tong MySQL Server 8.0.53 and x64. Then, click mo yung add button dito, yung forward button natin. So now, we can install our server here. Then, of course, we can open here the application also, and we have a tatlong application dito. Yung Workbench natin, okay, in case that you really want to have a UI or user interface na kung saan doon ka magta-type ng SQL command mo, okay, you can select that. Yung shell naman, in case that you want to configure your MySQL manually, this shell, ito yung pinaka command prompt natin. Okay? And of course, the router. Okay? The most important here, I do believe that, okay, para magkaroon ka ng interface, do the Workbench. Okay? This one, pwede natin i-ignore yung ating shell. Okay? Kasi halimbawa, kung hindi mo naman kinakailangan mag-manual configuration, manual typing sa MySQL natin, or doing something that or more on type ka lang doon sa command prompt natin, you don't have to. And also the router also. But in this case, para makita natin kung paano ginagawa natin fully, i-add natin silang lahat. You can click the plus button here and MySQL Workbench 8.0, you can click the plus button. And of course, similar to what we're doing before, okay, yung x64 natin is automatic naman yan i-add. To select that and click the forward para ma-add natin dito. Ito na yung mga install sa kanila. And of course, yung shell natin, okay, gusto nating magkaroon ng parang command prompt here. We could add this one also. Okay, and of course, sa MySQL router natin, you could click the plus sign here and the MySQL router. Okay, and you can add this one. Okay, so now we have added here the MySQL server and the other applications such as Workbench, Shell, and then the router. Actually, you can click next here so that mas magaan yung file natin. But since we are trying to explore what is in it in a MySQL, I really suggest that we have to add yung ating documentation. So all you have to do is to click the plus sign here at meron tayong dalawang documentation dito. Okay? The documentation for the 8.0 so that if you have some error, you can refer to the official documentation. And of course here, yung ating pinaka-samples natin, no? Para automatic meron ng sample yung file natin. Okay, here, I think the sample here is Sakila DB and of course yung ating Word. I think in Word, no? Yung dalawa na yan yung sample natin dito. So I highly suggest that you have to add the documentation. Okay, this is one. And of course, you have to add here yung samples natin para when you open your MySQL Workbench, meron ka na kaagad na sample dataset or database na pwede mong pagpraktisan. So I will add this both. Okay, so I added most of these para kumpleto tayo, no? Meron tayong server, which is the pinaka-importante. Meron tayong Workbench na kung saan ito yung maging UI natin. And the rest is as add-ons. But I highly suggest to add all of these para in case na gusto mong practice, if you want to learn more, hindi ka mahirapan mag-reinstall later on. Okay, so now we have to click the next button since we have already select the product yung gusto nating i-add. Okay, so you can check this one if you want to enable the customized product features. But okay, at the moment, you have to stay this one as untick. Okay, so next tayo dito. So all of this, okay, i-install na natin to. Right, i-install na natin to. Okay, lahat sila ready to install. Some of these are x64 based processor natin and some of these kasi ito luma naman to or doesn't change and is compatible naman to sa x64 natin. Okay? Then there you go. You have to click the execute button so that mag-install na silang lahat. So there you go. Execute natin. If you really want to check at the background kung ano nangyayari, you can check here yung show details natin. O, di ba? But it's quite annoying, no? Pero ito malalaman natin, di ba? Okay, I'm gonna minimize this one. All right. So there you go. Yep, of course, 99% here. And this is the status of our installing. Okay? So depende yan sa bilis o bagal ng machine natin. But I am doing this live so that magkaroon tayo ng idea what is happening here. Okay? So hintayin lang natin ng konti and hopefully lahat tayo makasunod. No? Lahat tayo makasunod. Okay? So okay, it's completed. Now installing the MySQL shell 8.0.23. Okay, mabilis lang naman yung machine natin. So therefore, mabilis din yung installation. Okay, so yep, there you go. Around 44%. Okay, nag-stuck siya ng konti. Maybe there's a lot of file that installing around it. Pero sabi nga natin, no, you can check the show details, okay, para makita natin kung ano ba yung mga ini-install niya sa machine natin. Okay. So 50% here. Okay, okay, okay. So there you go. So matagal siya ng konti. Depende sa bilis ng computer natin. Okay, bilis oh. Ang dami niyang ini-install talaga. No? Ganyan sa kabilis. Okay, so this is step by step. So hopefully, maging okay yung ating installation natin. And accordingly nga, sabi natin is we will react accordingly depende sa gusto natin mangyari. Okay? So mamaya, no, after natin ma-install yung machine natin, gusto nyo bang ituro ko sa inyo yung manual uninstall? Gusto nyo ba? Okay, to clean and install. Okay? Clean and install. Gusto nyo bang ituro ko sa inyo later on? Uninstall. Okay? Gusto nyo bang ituro ko sa inyo or kahit hindi na? Okay, kasi medyo tricky to ng kaunti kapag nag-clean and install tayo manually, no? Manually. Gusto nyo ba? Comment clean. Mamaya, no? Kung gusto nyong ituro ko sa inyo in this session kung paano mag-uninstall. Yan, sige, no? Para at least, no? Halimbawa, gusto mo nang tanggalin yung MySQL doon sa machine mo. Yan. Ituro ko na lang sa inyo. Sige, by request, marami nagsasabi, pero sige, ituturo ko na lang sa inyo kung paano gagawin. Okay? Para lahat tayo happy, no? So in this session pala, no, hindi lang installation guide ang ituturo ko sa inyo, but also yung clean and uninstall. So sa clean and install natin, hindi tayo gagamit ng installer, but instead we will do it manually. Okay, I think that everything is gonna be okay here. So lahat completed here. Okay, from server to documentation. Okay, or I mean here sa examples natin ay completed. So we are done here for the installation. Now, let us configure yung ating MySQL natin. As you can see here sa session natin, we have download it, okay, and we have installed it, both MySQL Server and MySQL Workbench natin. And now, let us configure our installation here. So with this, I will click the next button here. And yes, that is ready to configure yung ating server, yung ating router natin, and of course, yung ating samples natin. Okay, so click next here. Right? So here, configuration type, you can stay at it is, development computer, and of course here, gusto mo ditong mamimili ka, no? For the server computer or dedicated computer. But we will choose the development computer kasi mga devs tayo dito, mga developer tayo dito. Power BI developer, MySQL, using MySQL. So therefore, ito yung pipiliin natin. And you will select the TCP IP. Okay, that is a protocol kung paano mag-transmit ng data over the internet. At ang port na gagamitin natin dito is 3306. No? This is advanced one. We cannot discuss it anymore, but leave it by default 3306 para sa port natin. Yung mga port natin, ito yung magsisilbing pinakatulay natin para makapasok yung data natin over the internet papunta sa machine natin. If you want to learn more of this, I think that if you study about the cybersecurity, na bawat data kasi natin may kanya-kanyang pinapasukan na port yan. For example, Wi-Fi, okay, ibang port ang pinapasukan yan, no? TCP/IP port, you can use 3306, okay? Yung iba pa, no? HTTP, okay? Another port yon, no? So, yan yung, kasi bawat computer natin may kanya-kanyang gateway, may kanya-kanyang port kung saan papasok yung data natin. But for this 3306, I just have explained it so that alam natin kung ano nangyayari dito. And of course, yung name pipe natin, just leave it, okay? Na MySQL here, and the shared memory here is MySQL. You can configure this one if you really want to, but leave as it is kasi yun din naman yan. Okay, and of course, you can check the show advanced and logging option, but we can leave that as untick. Okay, wag na natin itik yan. So, okay, so that is, you can screenshot this one. So, it should be something like this. Okay, yan yung settings natin to configure our MySQL Server 8.0.43. So, click next here. Okay, authentication method natin dito. Okay, we could use strong password encryption for authentication. This is recommended. All right? And this one is yung pinakalumang version natin. Okay? So you have to choose this one because this is something like that. Mas maganda to, no? Mas secure because our password is encrypted. Okay? So next. All right, here, okay, sa password natin dito, okay, you have to check the password here. So usually, I use here yung root natin, no? So kaway-kaway sa mga gumagamit ng root because if you use that root, okay, that's the password, and yung root natin dito as a confirmed password is ano yan, mga pang ano yan, no? Mga pang OG. Okay? Pag yan mga gamit natin, ibig sabihin mga sinaunang tao ka, no? Okay, so here, you can add more user, but this one, ang user natin dito by default is root. That is our username. And we have our password, is yung root as our password. So in short, ang ginawa natin dito ay username here by default, that is root. Okay, and then the password that we will use in this particular demo is root. So remember these two things na to kasi ito yung gagamitin natin later on pang-connect from our workbench to our MySQL server. Okay? So, i-click natin yung next natin dito. Okay? Windows server name, MySQL 80. Leave it as it is because that is 8.0. If you're using, for example, MySQL server 9.0, maybe you can make it 90. Okay? And of course, if you want that your MySQL, okay, start on the startup, ibig sabihin, pag nag-open yung computer natin, automatic mag-i-start din to, you can tick this one. So I highly suggest that you have to tick this one so that every time na ino-open natin yung computer natin, mag-i-start na rin yung server natin and ready to use. But if you untick this one, you have to start your MySQL server every time that you turn on your computer. Or maybe you can configure that later on. So I highly suggest just tick this one para wala na tayong iisipin. Okay? And of course here, sa option natin dito, meron tayong dalawang klaseng account natin. We have standard system and yung custom user natin. So we recommend to choose here yung standard system natin. So in this particular one, that is a Windows server, so meaning to say, ito yung magiging pinaka about the services. Okay? If you want to learn more about the services here, that the computer is need a services to run yung ating server. So makikita natin yan dito sa ating Windows run here. I press Windows and R on my data, on my keyboard. Then I will type here services.msc. Okay? So it's silang lahat dito. Ito yung mga services na nag-run sa machine ko dito. Okay? And if your machine or yung MySQL is not running here in our services, hindi siya gagana. Okay? Hindi siya gagana. Okay? We'll check here if there's some MySQL already here. But I don't think so kung meron na kasi nag-install pa lang naman tayo. So, make it start the MySQL server at the system startup. Okay? Yung kanina, yung pinakita ko, yung services.msc, doon yun yung mga para makita natin ano yung mga nagra-run na application para sa atin. Okay? So, in-explain ko lang para at least alam nyo na nangyayari dito. But basically, the installation process is just next, 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 next. Okay, and of course, we could click the next here. And now here is a server file permission. Okay, papaano tayo ngayon makikipag-usap doon sa server natin? Anong klaseng permission na meron tayo? So we will select here yung grant full access para magamit natin yung lahat ng services, ano man ang capability ng MySQL, hindi na tayo mahirapan later on sa pag-configure. So we will select this one. Okay, yung yes, grant full access. Okay, and then next also, and ito yung mga configuration na in-apply natin. So all you have to do is to click that execute, and there you go. Yan, execute na yan. Okay, hintay lang ng konti, starting the server here and applying the security settings, updating the start menu link, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now, tapos na tayo sa configuration natin, and there you go, you can click now the finish. Okay, pero hindi pa tapos, no? Finish na pero hindi pa tapos. Now, we have now here a product configuration here. Okay, click next. Then there you go, yung host name natin dito. Okay, you can leave it blank or you can make it test connection here. Okay, so sa ngayon, ito, yan, Bootstrap, you can check the host name here. Okay, then you can check the test connection, but we will click the finish here. Okay, finish lang natin to. Okay, then of course, next naman tayo dito. This is standalone server tayo dito. Then of course, yung username natin, which is yung ating default na root. And then yung password natin, we will type here root also. And para ma-check natin kung connected tayo dito, we can click the check here. So, connection succeeded, ibig sabihin, tama yung username natin and password natin. Because if you add something here and you have a wrong password, if you check that, hindi siya papasok. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo kanina, be very, very careful with this kasi ito yung gagamitin natin pang connect. So, this one is we are trying to connect yung ating samples natin doon sa server natin. So it should have a correct username and then the password. So you can check that one and make sure that this is what is connected before you click next. Okay? That's the most important part also. And then next tayo dito and apply configuration here. Then there you go. We could click the execute. Okay? Yan. And then of course, finish tayo dito. So product configuration ulit tayo dito. We have to click next here. And now we have two things here. Okay, start MySQL Workbench after setup and start MySQL shell after setup. Okay, so you could untick this one if you really want to para pagkatapos ng installation natin, hindi siya lumabas. But we want to see it na nag-run po talaga itong shell at saka yung workbench natin. So all you have to do is to click that one para ma-check natin kung tumatakbo talaga ng maayos yung workbench natin. And you have to take yung ating command prompt, yung shell natin, okay, para makita natin na tumatakbo ng maayos. But anyhow, later, I will gonna show you also how to open the workbench at saka yung MySQL natin. Just for the sake of demo, I tick these two so that right after the installation, malaman natin kung gumagana ba talaga o hindi. Okay, there you go. Click finish tayo dito. So this is the shell, which is, ito yung pinaka command prompt natin. Okay, which is you can type, for example, here, MySQL here, or for example, here, you can ask question, help tayo dito. So this is that we have, no? Yeah, ito yung mga command natin na pwede natin gamitin dito. You can connect. For example, if you want to connect here, all you have to do is to type / here in connect, then there you go. So, connect yan na dito. Ito yung mga sample natin dito. Then, you can use all of these. No? Marami yan. Pero usually, bilang isang data analyst, we are not using this one. Kasi mga pang-admin po ito. But if you are interested to become a database administrator, I think that creating or working with the shell with the MySQL is a very, very important. Okay, kasi usually, minamanual configuration yung mga bagay-bagay. Okay, so pag nakita mo to, nag-run ito, ibig sabihin, congratulations because your shell is running already. So you can close this one. Then let's open here yung ating workbench natin. So yung workbench natin ay ito yung magsisilbing user interface natin na kung saan you could type, okay, yung SQL command natin. Okay, so we have here one local instance which is yung MySQL here at 80, and this is the MySQL connections natin dito. Then select that. Then of course, bago ka makapasok doon sa server natin, which is we will connect the workbench into our MySQL server, all you have to do is to type your username and password. So we have the user here, yung root natin, and of course, yung password natin, yung root. Okay? You can take this one, yung save password involved, so that later on, hindi na tayo mahihirapan mag-connect pa. Okay? And of course, you can click OK here. So this is now the MySQL Workbench. Yung server natin, hindi yan natin nakikita. Okay? Kasi yan yung pinaka-storage natin. And this is the client side. This is our working area na kung saan pwede ka nang magbigay ng command sa SQL natin. Okay? And for us to be able to test kung gumagana yung ating yung workbench natin and it's connected to our server, all we need to do is go here for the schema para makita natin kung ano yung mga database na meron tayo dito. So in this case, we added here yung Sakila. Okay? We have all of that. Automatic naman yan. Okay? And the other one, yung word natin dito. So if I expand the Sakila here, this is our tables. We have actor address, category, and so on and so forth. Okay? And now, let us test this one kung gumagana. No, I have a simple command here na pwede natin gamitin, which is yung ating the big 6 element of SQL statement. We have select, from, and there you go. Where, group by, Hebek, and order by. So in this case, para makita lang natin na gumagana po siya, ay pipili natin yung pinaka-mandatory. So the mandatory command for the SQL is yung dalawang bagay, yung select and from. So we are doing this para matest natin na talagang connected. So even though nakapasok tayo, even though na nakita natin na okay yung connection natin, you have to test kung gumagana po talaga. So for example here, I will use the select here. Okay, the select. Okay, and ang sabi dito, and the column name, which is I will use asterisk. Ibig sabihin, pipiliin ko lahat. Okay? And of course, from. We have here from. Yan yung dalawang SQL command na pinaka-mandatory. Select, asterisk, ibig sabihin, pipiliin ko lahat ng galing sa, okay, what particular table ang gusto nating makita. So with this case, I will select the actor. Okay, then I will put here a semicolon for the end of SQL command natin. Now, let us try to execute this one. If I'm going to click here, yung aking execute, something went wrong here. Nagkaroon tayo ng error because the MySQL couldn't recognize yung table actor natin. Hindi siya mahanap. So two things ang pwede natin gamitin dito. Either way, you can use this method na to. So number one, hindi niya alam kung ano yung pinipili niya because there's no default database na meron tayo. Schemas or database, huwag tayong magpakalito dyan. Similar lang po yon. So all you have to do is to use the use command here. Okay, ibig sabihin, gagamitin natin followed by anong database or schema ang pipiliin natin. In this case, we will use a Sakila. Okay, Sakila. So with that, I'm gonna close here, end of statement. So meaning to say, I could use this Sakila, pipiliin ko to, then followed by, I will execute yung sample natin dito. So just for the sake of testing, dapat lumabas dito yung result natin. So click that. Okay, so there you go. We have now here is 1,000 records by default. So now, it's working. Okay, working na yung table natin dito. Ngayon, this is the first method that we are trying to do so. Okay, the second method na pwede natin gamitin, even though I will not use the select table natin dito, okay, pwede natin tong i-right-click yung dataset na meron tayo or yung database na meron tayo. Then, you can check here yung set as default schema. So meaning to say, every time that we are connected to our workbench, to our SQL server, what will gonna happen is that ito yung pinipili natin. Usually, naka-bold po siya. For example, yung word natin, no? I will right-click that one and set as default. So ito yung selected dataset natin. So every time that we open our workbench, ito yung pinipili niya. If I'm going to run that, magkakaroon tayo ng error because the actor table is not recognized by the MySQL because there's no such thing as yan. Wala naman talaga kasing ito, no? Table na actor dito sa ating word na to. So two things, pwede kayong gumamit ng use, space, yung pangalan ng schema natin. That's the first one that I have demonstrate. The second one, which is as easier for us, is you have to right-click yung ating database natin or yung schema natin, then click here yung set up as default schema. So meaning to say, what I said before, okay, every time na nagbubukas tayo ng workbench natin, it will gonna be automatically selected. So if you run that without using the use database natin, it will gonna be okay. Okay, so now we have to close this yung workbench natin. Okay. Ngayon, sabi natin, no, how we are going to open our workbench at saka yung ating shell natin dito. So as simple as at ABC, all you have to do is go here sa ating Windows search bar natin and punta lang kayo ng MySQL here. Type nyo lang yung MySQL. Okay, and there you go. Ito yung mga meron tayo dito. But I highly suggest that put it in my. So this is the shell that we have. This is the installer. Okay, ito yung workbench natin dito. Okay? So if you want to open yung lumabas kanina, yung shell natin for the command prompt, you can open this one and there you go. Okay, siya din yung kanina, di ba? And we can type, for example, if you want to exit here, you can click the X button or you can type here yung quit na to. Okay, mag-quit na yan. And that is the shell. And of course, we have a workbench para sa atin. To open the workbench, punta lang tayo sa Windows search bar natin and open ko lang ng My. And you can see here yung ating MySQL Workbench 8.0. So you can click that, then you can click the Run Administrator, or you can directly open it if you really want to. So run as administrator tayo. Okay? Yes, of course. Okay? Or you can open it directly. Okay? My here and open that, click that, and you are good to go. Okay, so to add more flavor with our live session, what if you want to create a new connection? Okay, without installation. Okay, so in this case, ang gagawin ko dito, I will delete the existing connection, which is yung MySQL connection, because we did this during the installation and configuration. So what if gusto mong gumawa ng panibago at wala ka talagang connection na nagawa kanina? So I will right click here and I will delete that connection and I will select delete here. So there's no existing connection between the MySQL workbench to our MySQL server. And as a part of that, we have this kind of demonstration. Paano i-connect? Okay, manually. So in this case, I'm gonna close that one. Okay, para kitang-kita natin. And I will open the workbench here. I will click that. And if you open that, oh my God. Okay, bumalik itong ating instance natin dito. Okay? So what if wala nga tayong connection? Right-click here. Okay, and we will gonna delete that connection. Yes. Okay, so wala tayong connection dito. So ang gagawin ko dito, to create new connection, all I need to do is to click this plus icon. Alright? And of course, yung connection name natin dito, for example here, my connection. Okay? My connection. So any name, wala tayo magiging problema dito. And of course, yung connection method natin, standard TCP IP. Tapos yung host name natin, yung home o yung local machine natin is 127.0.0.1. Please don't try this one to to configure because it's going for advanced. Okay? So the home, okay, yung home natin, okay, yung local server natin is yan talaga yon 127.0.0.1. And of course, gagamitin natin na port is yung 3306 by default. Yan yung gagamitin natin na gateway or sabihin natin na tulay or the bridge or pinto, okay, para makapasok yung server natin papasok sa machine natin. Of course, yung username natin is yung ito, yan yung root natin. Tapos of course, you can check the password here. Okay? Tapos you can type the password. Okay? Which is yung root at saka root natin. Click open here or click OK and there you go. Okay? Schema, you can put here the Sakila, but we could configure that later on. So with this, what I'm gonna do here is to click the test connection kung gumagana. Okay? So here, successfully made the connection here. So meaning to say, okay yung connection natin dito. So if you click OK here, and then click OK dito, so mapapansin natin dito, meron tayong My Connection. And if you open that, okay, there you go, eto na yon. Okay, so if you close this one, and we open once again yung workbench natin, if you open that, there you go, you have this connection. Okay? So yon. Then of course, pag ginamit mo nga yung ating select here, okay, para matest natin na gumagana talaga. No? So multiple testing tayo dito, not just only by testing connection during our connecting, but also you have to test yung ating SQL mismo kung gumagana o hindi. So select asterisk from actor. Okay? Actor. Then there you go. Test natin to. Dito pa lang may problema na. Ibig sabihin mag-error po siya. Why? Because wala pa tayong default na connection. Okay? Even though i-correct mo yan, okay, problema pa rin tayo dito. So right-click tayo dito. Set as default schema. If I run this one, it's gonna be okay na ngayon. So ganyan lang siya gumagana, no? Okay, next to this is the most important part sa mga sasali doon sa ating Power BI masterclass because now we have configure yung ating MySQL. Okay? Yung MySQL. So, but don't worry about this installation process because in fact, when you jump in the real world, ang Power BI developer or ang data analyst, hindi siya ang mag-i-install sa computer. Okay? Hindi kayo mag-i-install. Pero syempre, itinuturo ko sa inyo para in case na dumating kayo sa small company that you have to do anything or everything, no? Including the installation, configuration, database administration, and so on and so forth. Kung kinakailangan nyo yan, at least may alam tayo. That is the purpose of our lesson or our training so that pag dumating kayo sa point na you need to do so, okay, alam yung gagawin ninyo. But in reality, installing, configuration, okay, downloading is trabaho po yan ng IT department or ng MIS department. Because in reality, if you are working with the corporate settings, every time that you need to download any software or you want to install any software, you have to ask the HR and IT. Silang dalawa yung partner niya, no? Because of the policy, company policy. So don't worry about that one because if you jump in the real world, all you have to do is a request from IT department, okay, or in MIS department, Management Information System, together with the HR approval, okay, then they will do the installation para sa inyong lahat. Okay? We've been working with the different organization. We've been consulting in so many times iba't ibang company. The process is always like that. No, we have to request at IT department at sila ang mag-i-install para sa atin. No, sila yon, trabaho nila yon. Okay, and of course, policy na rin ng company yan. Pero at least alam nyo na kung paano mag-install. Okay, so now, so please be careful with this, no? Kaya dapat, okay, yung sabi natin, no, sa lahat ng magpa-participate ng Power BI natin, okay, yung ating integration natin, make sure that number one, okay, you have properly download, install, and configure yung MySQL in yung server natin. So that during the live training natin sa darating na Sabado ay hindi na kayo mahirapan. Okay, that's the first one. Okay? The second thing na gagawin natin is you have to import, okay? You have to import yung CSV file natin papasok sa server natin. Okay? It will take some times, okay? Pero maghahanap na lang siguro ako ng mas maganda file. So, I will look at it. Maybe I will open this one. Okay? I'm gonna open this one. Right? Hanap ako dito. And I will select here yung ating Power BI here. And of course, we have here yung case studies natin. Okay, and I think that this one, no? Financial data set, MS Learn here, zero to low code here, and we will put here yung ating foundational, and we will select yung ating data set natin. So I think that all of this is a worksheet. Ang gagawin lang natin is to convert this one into a CSV file. That's it, okay? And of course, para sa mga naka-enroll sa ating Power BI crash course, which is yung integration ng MySQL, okay? Don't worry kasi hindi lang isang course ang ibibigay ko sa inyo, no? I will gonna give you also the complete tutorials for this, okay, kung paano nagawa itong ating financial report natin. So, two things ang ibibigay ko sa inyo. The replay in it, the replay of it, the replay, and of course, yung full materials na meron tayo. Data sets, templates, ano pa ba? Name it. Okay? Ibibigay natin yan sa inyo. So, kaya swerte yung mga nag-enroll because for as low as 980 pesos, okay, kasama na yung dalawang template na yon. Financial report, tapos yung ating consumer complaint natin. So, happy? So, comment happy kayo kung masaya kayo sa ganong ano natin, ganong previous natin. So, dalawang program, dalawang tutorials, straight to the point, and walang masyadong cheche-boreche. Okay? So, ito try natin itong import natin na to. So, the reason why I want to import this one, if I open this one, no? Because it's only 700 file. Kapag in-upload kasi natin yung realistic dataset natin dito, it could take so much time. How? Okay? Because ang gagamitin kasi natin dito na dataset is the dataset from the Bank of America. And if we open that dataset here, and this complaint, if I open that, okay? So that is 62,516 rows. Ganun kadami. And it will take time sa pag-import para sa atin. So, okay, you have to import this one with sample of my demonstration. So ngayon nga, yung sample ng demo natin dito, I will import yung ating part na to. Ibubuksan ko lang muna to. Then I will save it into my desktop, for example here. Then I will change this one into CSV or comma delimited file natin. So that CSV yung file natin dito. I'm gonna open that. Okay, and this one, since na-save na natin to, I will close. Okay, and I will find that kung nasaan. Okay, I think that there's a lot of things here. Ito po yon, no? So to make sure na CSV na to, ang gagawin ko lang is right-click here. And I will click here the show more option. Then I will select here yung aking properties. So this one is Microsoft Excel, separated value or CSV file. So ang gagawin natin is this one is a local file. So meaning to say, kinakailangan ng access natin dito sa machine natin na to so that the user could access the full dataset natin because naka on-premise, no? The keyword here is on-premise. Yan, on-premise tayo na ganito, no? Yan, premise, tama ba? Yan, on-premise. Meaning to say, we have a local, no? I will check here kung tama yung spelling natin dito. Yan, on-premise. Then the other one is yung naka-cloud tayo dito. Okay, or yung online. Ito yung ating cloud natin dito. Yan, yun yung lecture natin dyan. Naka-cloud. Okay, cloud computing. So ito, okay, the user has to access to your machine mo para ma-access natin. But since we are talking about MySQL in Power BI integration, we have to publish our file, which is ito yun, papasok doon sa ating MySQL. And since we have already a file, hindi na natin kinakailangan gumawa pa from the scratch because all we need to do, this file should be, okay, eto, no? I-import natin papasok doon sa MySQL server natin. Okay, yan ang gagawin natin para maging cloud na siya. Nasa cloud na yung ating data natin. So I'm gonna open our MySQL here. Okay, at kakapain natin kung nasaan yan, ano? And I will right-click here sa ating schema. Okay, and you can create a schema maybe here or yep, check this one. I think that's wala dito, no? So wala dito, no? So in-explore lang natin yan, no? Or maybe load special schema or no, not in that, no? So, itry natin dito. We'll try to connect this one, database here. Okay, and connect to database here, reverse engineering here. So isa-isa lang natin yan. We have to server here. And eto, server natin. So we have to click the import here. So minsan kasi, you can check here at the right click here. Minsan lumalabas dyan, okay? Because right click is one of the most technique na gustong-gusto natin. But if not available here, you can select the server and you can select the import. Okay? Yung import natin dito. Ulitin ko ha. For you to be able to connect yung ating dataset natin, okay, papasok dito sa ating ito, para makagawa tayo ng panibago nating schema, all we need to do is to import that. Okay? So by doing that, puntahan mo yung server, then click yung import natin. Okay. And hahanapin natin siya kung saan to nakalagay. Okay? So let us find that. Okay, load folder content here. Okay? Or you can select this one, import from self-contained file natin. This one is for the SQL. Okay? For the SQL. Pero import tayo dito at hanapin natin dito, no? Let's check that. Or maybe, okay, hindi natin mahanap dito kung saan tong part na to. No? Kapain na lang natin. Or maybe you can use our chat GPT. Wala namang problema tayo dyan, no? Self-contained here file. This one is for the SQL. Okay? This one is to import here yung pinaka dump natin. Okay? So hanapin natin. So hindi natin mahanap dito yung ating pinaka ang folder natin. So with this case, anong gagawin natin? Okay? Hindi ko alam kung paano mag-import ng data natin. So ano na, hahanapin natin si coach. No? Tatanong tayo. Okay, one thing na dapat nating matutunan dito, no? We have to learn yung tinatawag natin na critical thinking in problem solving. And since nasa AI stage na tayo ngayon, okay, pasalamat kayo because we are now at the AI stage and there's a lot of content at the Facebook, okay, may nagsusulat sa Google, meron niyang mga na-publish na article, sa YouTube, meron tayo dyan. Tapos syempre, pwede tayong gumamit ng AI like that, no? So maraming pwedeng gawin. So every time that you have encountered a problem, for example, like this, oh my God, because if I select this one, okay, this is the folder. If I select this one naman, it could be for SQL, okay, for the SQL. Or maybe that is a CSV na rin. We don't know because this one is sample, ang sample dito is yung SQL natin, di ba? Hindi mo alam, no? Instead of trying to ask every time that you have, every time you encounter problems sa katrabaho mo, which is all good naman kasi ang nangyayari ay you can ask from your workmate. Paano pag hindi niya alam? Paano pag ikaw lang nakakaalam? Paano pag ikaw lang yung technical person sa company ninyo? So wala na, tenga na, di ba? So let's try here to use yung ating chat GPT natin. Okay? So I will open that. Then there you go. And of course, expand natin to, no? So try natin dito. How to import CSV, CSV file to MySQL, okay, using Workbench. Yan. Try natin dito. At Kagandahan nito ay yung ChatGPT, siya na yung magbibigay ng step by step. Okay? So, kaya natin ito dine-demonstrate itong bahagi natin to so that you have an idea, okay, kung ano ang gagawin natin in case na hindi mo alam ang gagawin nyo. At kapag natutunan natin yung ganitong klaseng skills, okay, learning by yourself, okay, sobrang mag-i-skyrocket yung skills ninyo because you know how to do anything with your own. Okay? But of course, you can ask for the forum, you can ask for the public, something like that. Pero paano pag walang nag-reply sa public? Di ba? Paano pa walang nag-reply sa forum? Paano kung busy si coach? Di ba? So I think that it is very, very important skills kung paano nyo gagawin by your own through research. So ito, simpleng prompt lang to, how to import CSV file to MySQL using Workbench. Or, yeah, MySQL Server. Lagyan natin dito. Okay, then there you go. Search natin yan. So here's the step-by-step here. So all you have to do is to open your Workbench, which is, eto na yon, naka-open na yon. I'm gonna close that para happy-happy tayo, no? Okay? Pati ito, close natin to. Okay? And of course, don't save natin yan. Okay, open yung Workbench natin, which is eto yon. And in navigation panel, okay, right-click database schema where you want to import your CSV. So, ibig sabihin, I could right-click this one and I could click here yung ating import, no? Pili ka dito sa part na to, no? Yan. So, choose table data import wizard. So, meaning to say, okay, sa sakila natin dito, right-click daw tayo dyan, tapos hanapin natin yung import wizard. Meron ba dito? Okay, filter to this and walang nakalagay, di ba? So itong hanapin mo dito, yan. Or maybe baka dito sa administration, pero this is admin eh. Okay? Admin to, di ba? Right-click tayo dito or somewhere here sa management, data, export, that is palabas, export palabas, import papasok. So wala yan dito, di ba? So, but you have to check this schema here. Okay, ito yung problema dito. Paano mo to hanapin yung data import natin? Maybe, pwede mong isa-isahin dito. Database here, look at it here. Okay? Meron ba? Okay. Look at here at server here. Okay, import here. Pero pag ito nga sinunod natin, it is not a CSV but this is yung ating local yung ano natin yung MySQL file natin dito. Okay, here tools here. You have to find it accordingly kasi konti lang naman. Okay? So dito, right-click tayo dito and hanapin natin. Load special, set as default, filter schema here. Ito, table data import wizard. Ayan. So dapat daw makuha natin to. Okay? And let's check kung tama yung ginagawa natin. Kasi trying to right-click in this particular part, we are trying to import the table papasok dito sa schema natin na to. Okay, yan ang mangyayari dito. Pero sundan natin tong lahat ng lahat, no? So, i-right click natin yung database natin, tapos table import, tapos hanapin natin yung CSV file. So, right click here. Okay, and of course, okay, nasa na yun dito, no? Isa-isa nyo lang, filter. Ito, table data import wizard. Just click that. And there you go. We have to browse accordingly and nasa desktop to at hanapin natin itong ating financial na to. And then click open. Okay, that's a CSV here. We could click next. Okay. And in this particular part, meron tayong dalawa, no? Use existing table with this or kailangan mong i-drop yung sakila natin dito. Okay, so I think that if you click that drop, okay, be careful with this kasi pag nagta-trial and error ka, baka mawala yung buong database natin. Drop table, ibig sabihin lahat yan, mauubos yan, no? And use here, existing natin dito is yung existing natin. Ito ba yung hinahanap natin? Okay, something that mag-a-add tayo. If you click next, maybe something na mag-a-add tayo ng table dito. So, ibig sabihin, itong tanong natin kanina, this is not we want. Okay? This is not we want because what happening here, is ang sinasabi ng ChatGPT natin is mag-a-add ka lang ng table dito. So maybe we could revise the question. Okay? Okay? No. Sabi natin, try natin siya, no. Okay? We want to import file to MySQL server using MySQL, okay, as brand new schema. Yan. O, try natin dito. Okay? Kasi ito is adding lang dito, no? I-try natin dito. Schema tayo dito. Okay. So, ito yung gamit natin dito. Step number 1 is you have to create on the MySQL Workbench ng panibagong schema natin. Yun ang gagawin natin. So, nakadepende yung sagot ng ChatGPT sa prompt natin. So meaning to say, it is not about the answer. It is about the question. Kapag tama ang tanong mo, tama ang ibibigay na sagot ni ChatGPT. Kung mali yung tanong mo, okay, mali ang ibibigay na sagot ni ChatGPT. So that's why yung paggamit ng AI is another skills. So it is more on about the context. Kaya ang pinaka-key dito, pag magtatanong ka sa ChatGPT, it should be complete at meron dapat context. Okay? Kasi ang sabi dito, how to import CSV file to MySQL server using Workbench as brand new schema. Mas kumpleto. Kanina kasi ang tanong natin dito, paano lang i-import? O sinabi naman, di ba? Pero hindi mo naman sinabi na gagawa ka ng panibagong database or schema. Okay, yun yun. So, pagdating sa ChatGPT, context matter. Dapat kumpleto yung scenario para mas maintindihan ng ChatGPT yung sagot mo. So with this, eto na po yun. All we need to do is to open now my workbench here, which is connected to the server. I think that everything's gonna be okay here. Okay na yon. And in Navigator left side, right-click on schema and create schema. So dito, mag-right-click tayo dito, tapos ito na yung sinasabi natin dito. Mag-create tayo ng schema dito. Okay? And yung schema natin dito, what you can do here is, for example, financial data. Yan. Fin data. Yan ang meron tayo dito. Fin data, financial data set. So, sabi dito sa node, apply and then click finish. Matapos mo matype dito, you can apply here and of course, you can click OK here. Okay. So, default natin dito fin data and you can click yung apply natin. So, meron tayong panibagong na-create na dataset dito. If you click finish here, so there you go. Ito yon. Ano? Nag-create tayo. So from this point, yun na ang gagamitin natin dito. Gamit yung na-create natin na schema, dito natin ipapasok yung financial dataset natin dito. Okay? So I'm gonna go here is right-click here. Tapos ito na, you can click here yung ating add itong ating table data import wizard. Okay, just click that at hanapin natin kung saan naka-save here, the browse, and go here sa ating desktop. And of course, we could select here yung ating, ito, yan, financial data set, that is CSV. Let us check that, naka-CSV yan. Yes, of course, comma separated value. Click open here. Then, of course, next lang naman to. Next here. Okay? Yan, ito na sa fin data and ito yung magiging table natin. So, create new table here. Okay, saan mo ilalagay yan? Sa fin data, which is yung ginawa natin kanina. Yung table natin dito is we could select that, for example, financials. Okay, financials. And click next. Okay, so leave it as it is. You can click next natin. And of course, ready na yan, prepare to import, and actually, it will importing the data file. If you click next here, there you go. Lahat ng nilalaman ng file natin, papasok doon sa ating financial data natin. If you click next, okay, and finish here, and there you go. If you click that expand, at meron tayong table dito, okay, let's see. Na-import pa? I think that, no? Okay, let's try to check this one, no? Apply natin to. Okay, apply, and there you go. Let's check here. Okay. Okay, pati ito, i-close na natin to, no? Select here yung table natin. Meron tayong actor dito. Pero dito, wala pa rin. Okay, it should be there, no? It should be there. Kasi pag nag-import ka, dapat lumabas dito. Okay, meron dapat siyang para expand. So meaning to say, hindi natin fully na-import yung data natin. Okay, so maybe you can check this one optional here. Pwede mo tong gamitin tong part na to for checking, di ba? Okay, o, check ulit natin dito kasi hindi siya na-import eh. Okay, deallocate this one. Something went wrong here. Ulitin lang natin. Okay, fin data here. And we have to table import wizard, and that's the one we want to connect with, and maybe use existing table. Okay, kung meron man financial data. And that said, you can check this one. Next natin to. Tapos, okay, finish lang natin. So dapat ma-import natin siya. Okay, finish performing, click next to continue. Okay, pero ang problema hindi siya lumalabas, no? Okay. So bakit kaya hindi lumalabas, no? Bakit hindi lumalabas? Maybe you have to do something. Okay, you can ask ChatGPT if you want to. Kung gusto mo, you can ask ChatGPT. But here is the thing here. Okay? Every time na may ginagawa kang update dito, and para makita mo yung update natin, all you have to do is to click the refresh. Because sometimes after importing your data, hindi talaga siya nagre-reflect automatic. So kung may ginagawa kang something dito sa MySQL natin, you can click the refresh here para makita natin dito. 'Di ba? So if you select that here, then if you open that, mapapansin natin ito yung mga columns natin dito. So the key here is after you importing the data, click refresh here para mag-reflect yung mga ginawa natin. And of course, gaya na sinabi natin, okay, it should have something like this, no? Meron siyang table dapat at expandable here. And to test kung tama yung ginagawa natin, what I'm gonna do here is to right-click yung thin data natin, and I will make it as default schema so that every time na may ginagawa ako na data natin ay ito yung pinaka pinofocus natin dito. Okay? And of course, yung table natin dito, if you expand that, we have a financials here. Okay? And yes, of course, you can add here SQL tab at susubukan natin, no? Okay? And para makita natin kung kasi connected na, no? Na-import na natin yung data natin. Let's try here. Select asterisk from, okay, yung table natin na financial. Okay? Financials. Then, end of SQL statement, and i-run natin dito. Okay? So there you go here. As you can see here, nag-run yung result natin dito. Okay? We have all of this. Okay? So there you go. Yan. So you can check that. Kung okay to, pag lumabas to, ibig sabihin, everything gonna be okay. So na-connect na natin yan. Okay, so for quick demonstration here, okay, without relying on the chat GPT, but I know ito sinasabi ko sa inyo, di ba? If something went wrong, okay, at hindi nyo alam yung ginagawa nyo, okay, much better you have to use an AI. Okay? Because it could really, really, really help you. For example, this one, hindi natin alam kung paano mag-import ng data, no? From CSV to MySQL. But asking ChatGPT, okay, nandiyan na yung kasagutan para sa atin. Okay, nandito na yung kasagutan para sa atin. Hindi tayo na mahirapan. But the key here is that you have to provide the full context. Because our first prompt na ginawa natin dito, something iba yung ginawa natin, no? Hanggang dito lang kasi. But providing the full context natin, everything it will gonna be okay. So the key here is not just about using ChatGPT, but asking the right question with context. So anong key natin dito? Pagdating sa paggamit ng ChatGPT is context is key. Ayan, laki natin to, no? Context. Ayan, laki natin. Context is key here. Okay? Ask right question with context. Kasi otherwise, Kung ano yung tinanong mo sa ChatGPT, yan lang din sasagot para sa atin. So there you go. So quick demonstration tayo dito how to import this one. This time, I will drop the entire schema natin or database natin. Don't do this because kung gagawin mo yung pag-drop ng database natin or yung schema natin, wala nang paraan para ma-revert natin yan. So be very, very careful with this one. But for the sake of demonstration, gagawin natin, no? I will right-click here and of course, I will select yung drop schema. Drop schema meaning to say, di-delete natin yung entire table natin. So drop now here. So there you go. Wala na yan. Wala nang balikan yan. Wala nang undo yan. Okay? So be careful with that. Okay? To finalize the demonstration with this, okay, how to import the CSV file to MySQL Server as a new schema. Okay? Here is the thing. So number one, you can right-click here at the schema and you can create schema. Then here, for example, here is fin data. Okay? Fin data. So no matter what, kahit gawin mo siyang uppercase lahat dito, okay, pupersahin naman yun ni MySQL na magawing lowercase. Okay? So, kaya lang natin sa MySQL. Okay? Fin data. Okay? Or dataset or schema. Next to that, you have to click the apply one and you have to click the apply one. Okay, so meron tayong fin data dito. Okay, i-finish na natin yan. So step number one, create schema or database natin. The second step, finally, we will import yung file natin papasok dito as a table. So to do that, right-click on newly created schema natin. Then you have to click the table data import wizard here. And you have to browse kung saan nakasave yan. And using this, for example, on my desktop here, and of course, you can select that one and then click open. Then of course, next tayo dito. Okay, this is the one that we have. You can choose an existing one or ito na lang tayo dito. Fin data, that ito, i-rename mo na lang to into something like mas madali maintindihan. For example, financials. Okay? Financials. Then, click next here. Okay? And kahit wag mo na itong palitan, it's gonna be okay. Okay? And then, of course, next tayo dito. And next to import that. And yes. Okay, finish here. And next tayo dito. And finish tayo dito. Okay? So, pag-click natin ng arrow down here, wala pang lumalabas. But this one is okay na to, lumabas. Pero pag hindi lumabas, click refresh para sa atin. No. So, ganyan siya. So, magaan lang yan. Everything is gonna be okay. Alright? So, next to that, ang next natin dito is yung sabi natin is eto na po yun. Okay? Eto na po yun. Na we will uninstall our dataset. Okay? So, with that, I think that panibagong recording tayo dito para at least everybody is happy. So this is how to download the MySQL server here and how to install, okay, and how to configure, how to connect, and how to import. Pero as a bonus sa part natin na to ay we will create another session. Okay? And this time, the uninstallations of dataset natin. Okay, there you go. And stop natin yung recording natin. Thank you so much and God bless. Bye.